The danger for Tottenham would be to think this solves anything much. It was a victory, which was critical after a winless run of 8 games in all competitions stretching back over 49 days. And there were glimmers of encouragement and another outstanding performance from Archie Gray at the heart of the team. But it is no less important to recognize that this was a night virtually devoid of pressure. Atletico Madrid won the tie inside the opening 15 minutes of the first leg in Spain when Igor Tudor's team failed to handle the enormity of the occasion. They cracked under the pressure just as they had during a frenetic 20 minutes against Crystal Palace in the previous fixture. Most of those who turned up for the second leg, and the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was more than 10,000 down on capacity, came through a sense of duty. In hope rather than expectation. For Spurs, it represented a shot to nothing, and they responded with their best display since the trip to Eintracht Frankfurt and the home tie against Borussia Dortmund. Just as they have developed a habit in the last couple of seasons of producing unlikely flourishes at the end of games that seem to be just slipped out of reach. They also scored 3 for the first time since Slavia Prague visited at the start of December. Tudor claimed after going out of the Champions League that last year's Europa League triumph had instilled the players with confidence in Europe. Thomas Frank had wondered if they liked a more prestigious stage. Perhaps there are those including Xavi Simons and Randall Kolo Muani who remain potent against opponents from overseas. Equally, it could be that European football involves very little jeopardy. There is a considerable safety net through the entire league phase for the biggest clubs. On Sunday though, with the pressure very much on, Spurs must deliver something similar against Nottingham Forest. Can they cope with the intensity? Can they stand up and deliver in the Premier League? Can they beat their allergy to playing at home in domestic competition? These are questions still to be answered, but at least there are some positive signs at long last from the win against Atletico. Some players back from injury, for a start. Lucas Bergvall, Destiny Udogie and Conor Gallagher all came off the bench, albeit with Tudor under strict orders from the medical to play none of them for more than 25 minutes. Richarlison and Sousa will be available to face Forest. Dominic Solanke should be back after resting a slight hip injury. João Palhinha could be available after suffering a concussion injury in the first Atletico tie, beyond which, Tudor seems to be settling on a shape he likes, a 4-4-2 with a bit of flex in possession, and although he insists mentality is more important than tactical systems at this point, this has made Spurs stronger at the back without being completely toothless up front. There is a vague balance, and Xavi Simons was influential for the first time playing off the left and drifting inside to find pockets of space rather than locked into a dedicated number 10 position. Simons added much-needed creative flair and unpredictability in the attacking third, energy and a chance of pace, and his second-half goals should inspire belief that he can do something similar in the Premier League. Gray continues to be the rising star of these troubled times for Spurs and has earned the right to hold down his place in central midfield. Above all though, was a rare sense of unity on display and the determination to scrap. These things bode well, but if Spurs cannot produce something of the same ilk against Forest on Sunday, we will know they cannot do it when the heat is on.